Okay, taking a tree down today, fairly close to the house. Got a piece of equipment, do it piece by piece. And I was going to do that with this lift. It goes about 52, 55 feet in the air. And working by myself, which is not recommended when cutting a tree. However, with the lift, I was taking it very small piece by very small piece. First clearing out any branch that was over the roof, which was the main concern from the homeowner. To do the trimming of the tree, I'm using a Stihl MS194 T chainsaw with a 14-inch bar. This is a great, I think they call it a handover. You can use one hand, although you shouldn't, but very light saw, very powerful saw too. It was cutting through any of the branches that I needed to cut down off the tree, even the larger diameter, great saw. But you can see here clearing out the branches with my John Deere 1025R and repositioning the lift, coming close to the house, but continuing to cut the limbs. The limbs that I'm cutting are going to favor the fall, removing the weight from the backside and anything over the house, as well as that large branch in front of the tree where it's going to fall, to prevent it from rolling toward the house or the fence on the right-hand side. After trimming a little bit, I wanted to step back, check it out, make sure I'm doing the right areas, and it was time to hit the backside. I needed to move the homeowner's swing set away from the larger branches that would be falling and get ready to do a little bit more cutting and also tie off, do the final tie off so I could help gently influence the tree just to make sure it did go the right way. I wanted to get as high as possible or reasonable just to offer more leverage for the tension, as well as make sure it was positioned right so it didn't fall into the house. This part is sped up to, I think, 8 times or 20 times normal speed, so the chainsaw all of a sudden sounded like a high-pitched chipmunk. I apologize about that. To cut the tree down, I'm using a Stihl MS660 Magnum with a 36-inch bar. That chainsaw, I've had it for probably 10 or 15 years. I don't use it much, but when I break it out, it is a beast. The 36-inch was needed for the diameter of this tree, and even though it was pine, it just chewed through it like it was butter. And moving to the front of the house, this is the second tree the homeowner wanted to take down, so this one's very straight. Just has limbs. All the limbs are relatively small. took off what I could with the 194, the Stihl 194, in order to get the lift underneath it. And with the lift, I just went up, taking additional limbs, dropping them down one by one, slowly and methodically as I'm working by myself. The goal with this tree was to just top it. It was fairly close to the house, and there's also a power line to the other side. I don't think it would have hit either one. However, you can never be too safe. So I was going to work up to almost the top, and then I was going to tie off, notch it, and let it drop. You aren't able to see this because when I went down to get the rope, I reset the camera. However, I don't know if it was the battery or what happened. Technical glitch. I missed the end of the cutting of the tree top where I tied off with the rope and went back up with the lift and pulled it down. However, it did fall without issue. Another perfect fall. And something to be aware of when you're cutting a tree, watch the wind. In this situation, you can see the clouds moving. You can see the trees moving a little bit too, which can sometimes make it a little bit unpredictable as far as what it may do. Left this clip in because I thought the cloud movement was pretty cool. It's day 2 of the Twin Pines takedown. A little bit of snow fell November 1st in Michigan. I did get the tree down last night, as you saw in the video. Got a lot of cleanup. I'll be taking that apart, chipping, cutting the larger logs up, taking them out back, chipping all that up. I'll take the stump off. I've got somebody coming to look at chipping the stump away, chumping the stump away, chipping the stump. And out front,
also have
that I need to cut down, and then I need to get that on the ground and also grind that stump. So I'll have it on video. I started out by clearing the logs that the homeowner was going to use for campfires, and to help clear the area and get the heavy stuff off the branches that did need to be chipped. When the tractor leaves the scene, what I didn't include in the video was the 15-minute round trip to the location. It's a beautiful piece of land that the homeowner has, and they wanted the wood out by a pond pretty far out back. Anyway, it was a relatively long trip. It was 15-20 minutes round trip each time I needed to take a load of logs back, period. Here you can see me cleaning up the brush with a DK 14 horse powered chipper. I can do up to a 6-inch with the 14 horse Kohler engine. I don't know that I would recommend 6-inch all the time. The pine, I was putting some 4-inch stuff in there, and you just have to feed it a little bit. However, it did a great job and makes quick work of cleanup, especially the volume you see with this pine tree. Just then you could see Al Timmer of Timmer's Stump Grinding come back with his piece of equipment. He finished the stump in the front and now working on the one in the back. I let him know I'd clear out the chipper, and I also moved a log for him. I had to clear out some of the space so I would be able to get back in there. However, he did a great job taking it well below, commonly I think it's 4 inches. He went down in the front, he went down as low as a foot below surface grade. So he went above and beyond, did a great job. Initially, he wasn't sure if he'd be able to get both of them done in the afternoon. However, both of them cooperated very well, and he was able to finish it up in less than 4 hours. That would be 2 stumps, one about 24-inch diameter. The other one was 36 or more inch diameter, depending on where it was in the base. You can see him moving back and forth just to make sure he's gotten everything below grade, well below grade. Make sure there's no surprises that may pop up later in springtime. So as Al finished up grinding both stumps, I went after the large lower portion of the tree and back. I cut it up into 3 sections. Here you can see the 1025R was probably close to its max as far as what it would be able to lift and without tipping. I think I have 800 pounds in the back. Anyway, also brought the chipper in to finalize the chipping, bringing the large limbs from the backside up to trim and chip into a small pile. And that concludes day number 2. Got all the big stuff chipped, some remnants there. Got the stump ground, some stuff there, a couple pieces here and there, a lot of raking, and then moving the pile of chips. It's a pretty good pile of chips. All right, to be continued tomorrow. So I experienced more technical difficulties with my GoPro. However, I did capture the final results. I spent the next day raking and cleaning up the balance of the chips, and here are pictures of the resulting areas. The customer was happy to see both trees gone, and will be throwing some dirt and seed down for a spring grass. Thanks for watching.